What's up, guys? In this video I just want to talk a bit about special tech attackers specifically. So I'm going to talk about mages. Are they currently a bit too weak? So we talk about stuff like Gardevoir, Mage 9-hit build, Pikachu, Sylveon, Solar Beam Venusaur, Espeon, Surf, Hurricane, Cramorant, and Delphox is probably one of the exceptions because Delphox is very, very strong of a Pokemon actually, but also only in specific ways. I still think Lane Delphox obviously has a place as well, but I think if you want to be a strong special tech attacker, you also have to go into the jungle, which I think is like weird designed. I feel like especially these kind of Pokemon should be made to be played in lane, right? Special tech attackers, but they just currently I feel like they feel really outpower crap by just how strong physical attackers are in certain stages of the game. And again, Cramorant has a great win rate, Dive Air Slash is doing great, but like stuff like Surf Hurricane, Solar Beam, it's always funny how like the attacker version or like the auto tech version of all these bits is a bit better. So like Solar Beam Giga Drain, right, is a bit more like bruiser heavy, auto tech based. We have Vayne 9-hit, which is auto tech based, Cramorant Dive, which is auto tech based, right? Those are the ones that are the best performing out of the special attackers, which is kind of funny, right? So like all the mage builds are just kind of weak right now. Why is it so? I think there's multiple reasons for that, right? So first off, the special tech items are just kind of meh. We have choice specs, vice classes, special specs. Compared to like compared to Muscle Band, Scope Lens, Razor Claw, you know, all those items, it's just attack weight as well. Attack weight is a huge issue. I'm going to talk about that as well in a second. They just feel a bit lackluster. Special specs is very hard to stack, and most special attackers just don't have great scalings as well, which makes all these items just be whatever, right? Like someone like Ninetales, the Blister Avalanche, I still play double glasses just to have a bit more damage, but in the end it's just like, it doesn't have good scaling compared to Stomp of Serena, which has like 300%, and also much easier to stack on someone like Serena early game. You're a melee Pokemon. But in general, I feel like physical attackers are just a bit too strong right now compared to mages. And again, there's multiple reasons for that. I think one of the reasons as well is how unbalanced crit is. I think crit in this game is super, super unbalanced and very, very unhealthy for the game, right? In other games like League of Legends or something, you need items to crit, right? In Unite, you don't. All these Pokemon just have a basic crit rate and just can randomly deal 1000 damage on a basic attack, right? If they get lucky. I mean, it's not even get lucky. A lot of Pokemon have like 20%, 20% crit rate, just basically getting to late game without having to do anything about it. Which I don't know, it feels kind of ridiculous. You know, I mean, we do get some cooldown reduction on special attackers as well, but we just don't really do auto tech damage, right? So someone like Machamp Serena do as much damage of moves that special attackers do, right? And but they still also just crit on basic attacks for like 1000 damage randomly, and it's like, that's just how much my ability does. Why do their basic attacks crit? So I really wish they would just in general nerf crit rate a bit, or give something to special attackers that also, like, you know, maybe increase their damage sometimes. But I really don't want more crits in this game. I think crit is just an unhealthy design, right? It's fun to kill someone when you crit, like, you know, playing Crosses, Ixer Cross, it's very entertaining if you randomly crit, but besides that, it's just a bad gimmick in any game, right? It's just RNG, and I feel like RNG in MOBAs just doesn't have a space, or have a spot, right? League of Legends is obviously much better designed. You need to buy items for it, you need to spend resources on it, so it's much, much more different than those things. And also attack weight. Attack weight is a huge issue. Attack weight just currently makes special physical attackers do so much more damage than they should, right? Of course, the meta has changed. Attack weight used to be kind of a meme item, but back then everyone was forced to run Buddy Barrier and Focus Band, or like Buddy Barrier Score Sheet. Almost every melee was forced to run, and now they don't have to anymore, right? You don't have to run Buddy Barrier. You have 1 or 2 free open slots from the past. You don't have to run Score Sheet on a lot of characters anymore, so now you can actually start going into this attack weight. And it's very easy to stack. It does so much more damage. Your auto attacks do more damage, your moves do more damage compared to special attackers where only their moves do more damage, right? If you have special attack classes. And again, most of them just don't have good scaling, like comparable, right? So it's very early game power specs as well. If like a Lucario gets 5 stacks before first Dreadnought, he just deals a crazy amount of damage, and like special attackers just can't compete with that whatsoever. It feels very, very miserable. And again, as well, like, of course, there's characters like Pikachu and stuff, right, who are quite good or quite fine. But as well, they just fall off so hard into late game. And like, if I'm a late game Pikachu, I feel like there's nothing I can do. I just have all-rounders running us over. You barely do any damage. There's a Trevenant who takes 0. Like, you feel like you're healing a Trevenant, right, with the late game Pikachu. So yeah, it's just not really it sometimes. I think mages are just an Espeon as well. Espeon. just still is just not really it. It just needs so much more damage. I feel like they just don't do enough damage most of the time. Hyper Voice Sylveon is honestly quite fine still, of course, but again, compared to like, you know, Serena, Lucario, Machamp, all those Pokemon, Dragon Knight, it doesn't really feel like it can compete whatsoever, but it's at least one that can like have good laning phase. And another problem I have with this game is, especially for special attackers, right, most of them are skill shot based. Let's say Surf, Hurricane, Cramorant has 2 abilities that have to hit SP on his if you don't play Stored Power. But if you play Psybeam, Psyshock obviously has 2 skill shots. Gardevoir is pure skill shot based. Ninetales, Avalanche, Blizzard is pure skill shot based. Pikachu not if you go Void Hacker. If you go Thunder, Thunderbolt is pure, you know, skill shot based. Then we have Sylveon, who is skill shot based. Solar Beam, Venusaur, which is skill shot based. And I think that's very difficult in late game teamfights. One of the things that has annoyed me the most about this game is probably that people get move speed after Unite moving, right? It just makes it so hard for all these Pokemon to land their abilities. And I feel like there's just like such a weird gimmick in this game as well, that everyone just gets so fast after pressing Unite move. Of course, Unite move is supposed to be something super powerful, which I mean it already is. Most of the Unite moves are very strong, right? But the fact all this extra move speed just makes it so difficult for Pokemon like Gardevoir to land moves in late game teamfights. Compared to someone like Greninja, who just has to basic attack, right? It's another point as well. They get so much attack speed from using it. They just kill you in like 4 auto attacks. They don't have to land a skill shot. Greninja just goes in, presses auto attack 4 times with his Unite move, attack speed, and you're dead. You're gone as a special attacker. You know, same for like Machamp or something. They don't even have to use the Unite move activate. They can just press Unite move, generic punch you, auto attack you like 2 times, maybe crit once, and you're dead. And I feel like there's something special attacker just can't deal with whatsoever. Also, if you fall a bit behind as a special attacker, you do no damage. Have you ever noticed if you're 1 or 2 levels down as a special attacker, you're just gonna tickle your opponents. You don't do any damage. You literally do not do any damage whatsoever if you're just a bit behind, which I mean, if you play laning phase, right, it can happen, right? If you play against a strong lane, enemies are ganking you, don't even die a lot, but you just will not deal any damage at some point in the game anymore. It feels miserable. So, I mean, I think it's also just the fact that all-rounders are just a bit too strong. I feel like, though, they have so much diving, so much damage from a lot of sources. Attack weight, of course, again, being a huge issue as well for that role. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Am I just a bit delusional about this? Do you guys currently like special attackers? I mean, again, they're all like playable, but it doesn't really feel amazing. I could just play, I don't know, Serena every game, and I feel so much stronger. Or physical attackers in jungle. I mean, again, I feel like to make special attackers work, they kind of have to jungle. Pikachu is like fine again and very annoying to play against, but he still feels more like a supportive. You know, he doesn't really feel like the main damage deal or anything. And Voltec is just, it's just such a dumb ability as well, though. Voltec is so dumb. I could rant about it for days and days. And yeah, we had some Gardevoir gameplay in the background. Went for jungle, because I feel like I used to play so much lane Gardevoir, but it just feels absolutely miserable right now to play lane Gardevoir. I just can't anymore. I do not have fun playing it in lane, and it just doesn't really work anymore. I feel like you have to be very lucky, and again, if I'm just same level or a bit behind, I just don't do damage, and I just get one-tapped by Machamps, Lucarios, you name them all. They just look at me and I'm kind of just dead. And again, I have to land like 1 billion skill shots as well for me to deal damage. And it just doesn't feel rewarding. It doesn't feel rewarding how much I have to do. Like, I feel like on special attackers, you just have to do so much in order to win the game, right? That's what it feels like to me. You have to do so much more than the other roles. But again, maybe I'm just, you know, obviously I like mages a lot, so I'm probably very biased about this opinion. But I just love playing mages, and I wish they would be a bit better. It's because, again, funny enough, I feel like, I mean, again, Delphox is very strong. But again, I feel like the best builds of special attackers are currently, you know, the ones that are not mage style heavy and more like auto attack based, as I said. But anyways, let me know what you think about this in the comments. I just want to, you know, talk sometimes a bit about the game a bit and share my opinion about things. Of course, there's also the normal special attackers. Like, I mean, it's kind of funny how Slowbro feels like the best special attacker right now. A defender feels currently to be the best special attacker, you know? It's just... I mean, special attacker, obviously, I'm not just talking about special attackers. Special attacker, Slowbro feels to be the best for this squad. And it's just kind of hilarious to me. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye.